How you going, people? Man, this is the problem with YouTube and the rest of these censorship sites that hide stuff and only promote their liberal left agenda. This video is a perfect example of government abuse. But the liberal left would only want to play this video because it pushes a racial agenda instead of a government issue. The problem with hollering racism every time someone stubs their toe is people tune it out and start ignoring it. And then when something should get publicity, people ignore it because they're so tired of hearing it. It's like the guy that hollers wolf. Pretty soon when he hollers wolf, even if there is a real wolf, nobody listens. And that's what, you know, government picking on black people has become, is a kid hollering wolf. And then in incidents like this video where it's absolutely wrong, and again, I don't think this has to do anything with color, but the left will only promote something if they can get their bias, liberal left, all white people are racist agenda. So let's take a look at this video.
Like 5 to 4 times. I'm gonna send the dog. I'm gonna send the dog. Don't worry, I'm gonna send the dog. Hold on.
Okay. So I'm going to send the dog. I'm going to send the dog. The way he kind of calls his dog out and stops him kind of tells me he lost control and he didn't mean to release him. Now, someone else will say, no, the dog was trained to go out there and say, yeah, nah, I don't think so. You don't release a dog unless you're sure that he can identify the target. And since there's multiple targets, why would you put your dog out there off leash, especially when you can't control it? Now, I say you can't control it because I watched the video. You don't know that yet, but I'm telling you, he can't control this dog.
Come here right now. We have to send the dog.
This dude wanted to get out of there. He stopped. He complied with the officer, and he came back voluntarily. There's absolutely no reason and no justification whatsoever that this guy should get bit. And this is just absolutely, I just can't believe it. Tells the guy to get on the ground, and the guy sits down. Now, again, I don't know what the stop is for, and I don't know why he's running. He might have ran from the car if the car is stolen. Regardless of what happened before, maybe he already dumped his gun, maybe he dumped his drugs. He obviously ran for something, but at this point, he has submitted, he has come over, and he has sit down, and he's complying with the officer. He should not get bit. No way. But he does.
10 out 4, I got the vehicle stopped. I got one standing to gunpoint.
Okay, so if he's at gunpoint, obviously there must have been a felony. He's got one person out of the vehicle and 2 at gunpoint, so I'm thinking there's still 2 people in the car. And he's got his guns in his hand because he's at gunpoint. So, does he have control of this dog? I say absolutely not. But you'll be able to say that too here in a second.
To the ground. Stop. Off.
He did something and said something to that guy. The dog got confused and attacked. Now, did he mean for his dog to attack? No. But Rick, if he didn't mean it, why are you blaming him? I'm blaming him because he has a dog that cops tell you are dangerous and they shoot them every day, even if they're a Chihuahua and they bark at them. And yet they have a dog that's trained to kill, trained to bite, trained to chew, and they can't control it. I mean, to me, this cop right here, the way he's out of control with his dog, is tantamount to a cop pulling his gun and just shooting off rounds and saying, well, I'm trained with my gun, but you know what? It went off a few times and the bullets kind of hit a few people. Sorry about that. This is just outrageous. This kid got chewed horribly because this cop does not have control of his dog. And yet, you know, they're shooting dogs. Cops are shooting dogs every day for nothing. Okay, here's my other problem. But Ricky's going over to help. That's BS, man. This dog shouldn't be doing it. I mean, this is just outrageous. And the cop's walking over there kind of like he's on, you know, they gave him the wrong freaking donut when he went to Dunkin' Donuts, and it's supposed to have sprinkles and it didn't. And he's walking like he's going back into Dunkin' Donuts to exchange his freaking donut. I mean, it's just ridiculous. The other problem I have with this is he's got two at gunpoint, and now he puts his gun away and he turns his back on a people a few seconds ago he felt was necessary to have his gun pointed at this car. The one guy that came back and complied gets chewed up. The two people he had his gun pointed at are now behind him. Where's the threat? Well, Rick, he could have perceived if it was a felony stop and he shot. Yeah, look. His actions dictate whether there was legitimate fear or there was a legitimate threat, that he perceived a threat. To me, when you put your gun away and turn your back, how are you going to justify pointing your gun at somebody before that? Man, this poor kid just gets literally dogged. Why isn't he grabbing his dog? This man, he is allowing this dog to attack, and he is not taking steps. That dog should not be on him, and he should be helping, and he is just standing there. Again, do I think he's doing this because this kid's black and he got up this morning and said, I'm going to eat my donut, drink my coffee, and I'm going to go let my dog bite a black guy? No, this is not a race issue. This is a government power, lack of accountability. He would do this if the guy was white. He doesn't care. You could tell by his body language he doesn't care. This is just outrageous government abuse. But the media will only show it and promote it if it promotes their racist division agenda. It's just ridiculous. This dude has not helped him at all. I mean, I feel so bad for this dude. This cop is just pissing me off. He should absolutely lose his dog and not be allowed to. He can't control his dog. Once his dog bites, he can't get him off. He doesn't take action. He doesn't care. He's allowing an assault because this kid is being assaulted. He's being chewed. He's got a dog on him that can cause seriously bodily injury and or death. If he was a cop, he could shoot this dog easy. And this cop is standing around like, you know what? I'll get to you when I get to you. This is a crappy cop. He's a crappy dog handler. He should be held civilly liable. He should be fired. He should lose his dog. This conduct is outrageous. He's trying to hook up a leash instead of grabbing the dog by the scruff. And I've pulled dogs off people like this before. You grab them by the scruff of the neck and you grab their windpipe and you squeeze their windpipe and they open their mouth. They want to breathe. And when you squeeze their windpipe, they open their mouth and release. When you're training a dog, that's how you train him. If he won't let go of the wrap, I mean, a dog doesn't know the word out or let go or stop when he's on a wrap. So you teach him. You reach down and you touch his throat. You squeeze it. You say the word, the command to make him let loose. And over time, he learns that when you say that word and you reach for his throat, he's supposed to let loose. Then pretty soon, you don't have to reach for his throat. You can just say the word and the dog knows. That's how you train a dog to release. This guy is not doing any of that. He is on a, oh man, this cop is a worthless, outrageous. Now that this cop has his back turned and doesn't have his gun out anymore, the next cop comes. Does he have any hair? Well, I digress. Now he's got his gun out. Where is this cop looking? I've said 1,000 times, and I know I'll have people arguing, where your gun is at, your eyes are at. If he's looking at this, his gun should be pointed there. If his gun is pointed here, his eye should be here. How can this officer testify in court in front of a jury and say, Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I had my gun out because it was perceived that it was a felony and I was worried about my safety and I could have been killed and that's why I had my gun out. Really? You were looking at the kid getting chewed and you weren't even looking where your gun was pointed. I mean, this incident just drove me nuts. This guy is just hanging on this leash, letting this kid get chewed. This is absolutely outrageous. This guy should be feathered. And I don't know what agency, and I don't care, but you are a piece of crap, dude. Out freaking rageous. Every time this dog yanks and pulls, he's doing more damage. Long-term damage. This kid shouldn't have been bit in the first place. When he did get bit, this cop should have been doing everything he can to get this dog off. Hell, this cop could probably shoot this dog right now because he's protecting this kid who's getting chewed. I mean, this is just outrageous. I watch this and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? He's yanking, which does more damage. How do I know this? Because I've had a dog on my leg and the handler was yanking him and I had to turn around and go, quit yanking your damn dog, reach down and choke him off my leg. Because it was a young handler and his dog just bit me and I was his boss and he kind of panicked and started pulling on the dog kind of like this idiot's doing. You reach down and you grab the dog by the throat and you remove before you pull on him to stop the damage. Outrageous. Still unstinking believable. Man, this is just, dude. How can this is the video that needs to be on running nationwide. But if they played it, it would all be about white cop, black guy, racist. That's not what it's about, people. This is a government-trained enforcer who has a gun, tools, and if he isn't responsible enough to control a dog that's trained to attack and kill and hurt people, and he can't get him off, and he doesn't, and he's that unqualified, what the hell is he doing on the streets? I mean, I don't even know if this guy ought to be able to have shoelaces. He ought to have to wear slip-ons because he'll tie his damn shoes together. This guy is a freaking idiot. Unstinking believable. Oh. Wait, it gets better. He can't even control the dog after he gets him. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding? This kid's already been bitten once. And this cop has got his gun on this guy. Now, I think this cop is like, he's showing up late. Freaking Curly and Mo is over here. And he's probably thinking, well, if this cop dogged him, he must be the threat. He must be the bad guy because the dog's chewing on him. I better keep my gun on the bad guy. When in fact, the bad guy is this dummy here with the other gun. Out stinking rageous. Man, I'm telling you, people, when you get bit by a dog, you notice this guy keeps running and pulling away and he does more damage. If he would shove his hand deeper in this dog's throat and grab that dog by the throat with his other hand, he could defend himself. Now, I know somebody's going to say, well, then they'd probably shoot him because he was trying to hurt the dog. Maybe so. This guy ain't got a freaking clue on that. I guarantee you, if this was me, that dog wouldn't be on me that long. I'd be taking him off and throwing him in this guy's face. This is outrageous. Again, with the damn leash and pulling. This is just incompetent. This isn't policy. This isn't what he was trained. If he was trained this way, this is just outrageous. You never pull on a dog when he's latched onto somebody or you do damage. Oh, my God. Dog tried to bite him. Dog's so out of control, he tried to bite him. Did y'all see that? Let's take a look at that again. Watch the dog. Handler's scared of the freaking dog. That's why I don't want to grab him by the throat. Dog attacked him. And this happens a lot. Now, this may or may not be this guy's fault. So far, he's an idiot, so I'm blaming everything on him. But a lot of times when a dog gets in a bite and it's aggressive and everything, somebody grabs him, he will turn around and bit you. I've told you, I've been bit so many times I can't even count. And a lot of times, I got bit when I pulled my dog off, or I grabbed his tail, or I told him out and he didn't listen, and I knocked him in the head, and he turned around and tried to bite me. So this can happen, but you don't let an innocent person take the heat because you're a freaking dog handler and you can't handle your dog. Out freaking outrageous. Oh man, this is a. I'm lost for words. I mean, I just can't believe it. You notice he's kind of scared of him. He's keeping his arm out there in case the dog jumps at him again. Dude, you are one weak little 10-badge, weaselly, man, if you work for me, oh my God, I'd be ashamed to have you handling one of my dogs. All right, look, this is about government failing to control their deadly, lethal force that they tell us is lethal. When they do the dog, they go, it's non-lethal. But when they shoot chihuahuas for barking, they say they were in fear of their life. I mean, the hypocrisy with dogs, I'm telling you, I was a dog handler my entire career in the Air Force, and I'm telling you, the courts should take away dogs from law enforcement. They are being abused. They can keep them for sniffing, and but they can absolutely take away the attack aspect and say no more attack training, no more attack dogs. You guys can't control them. You are letting them bite people that shouldn't be bitten. You are abusing them. You have become out of control with them, and you are losing that tool. I'm telling you, people need to stand up and get the courts to remove K-9 attackability from government. This is outrageous. All right, I'll end that there. Wow.